Hey nerds, welcome back to Nerd Culture. My name is Ruth, and today I invite you to be our guest as I tell you a tale as old as time to see if there may be something there that wasn't there before. That's right, we're talking about Beauty and the Beast. Unfortunately, because of this pandemic that we've all found ourselves in, there's not going to be many new Disney movies for me to review anytime soon. So instead, I thought I could devote the next few videos to figuring out the answer to that age-old question, animated or live action? We all know the answer. It's animated. But are these recent live-action remakes any good at all? Well, I'm here to tell you if they're worth watching. Live-action remakes get a bad rep, but for an understandable reason. They take something that we love and adore and think is practically perfect in every way, and then they ruin it trying to get a quick cash grab. That being said, these remakes still exist, so might as well compare them. Personally, I think a good remake stays true to the story of the original animated movie, and a really good remake can maybe even do something better? I mean, right now it just seems impossible for anything to improve upon a animated Disney masterpiece. So let's give this a chance, starting with Beauty and the Beast.
Nerd.
So the animated Beauty and the Beast was released in 1991, and the live-action remake, which is also titled Beauty and the Beast, was released in 2017. The original animated Beauty and the Beast tells the story of a prince who is turned into a beast by an enchantress after he refuses to give her shelter when she appears as an ugly old woman. There's a girl, Belle, who loves to read and is seen as a weirdo by the rest of her town. There's also the biggest dickhead in all of Disney, Gaston. So Belle's father becomes the Beast's prisoner, but then Belle offers herself in place of her father, so then Belle becomes the Beast's prisoner. And over the course of the movie, Belle and the Beast fall in love, and it's really adorable, and essentially this breaks the curse, and the Beast turns back into a human. And together, Belle and the prince live happily ever after. Yay! Now, the remake is actually about all that too. So good job there. A lot of the scenes even looked strikingly similar. The Beast still wastes away in his lonely tower. There's the same judgy townspeople, same enchanted furniture. Gaston still wants to marry Belle. Belle is accepted for who she is by the Beast, and vice versa. The soundtrack is really similar and has all of the songs from the original animated movie, but it kills me because I try to sing along, but they've made the most subtle changes to the tempo and the words. But all in all, they included all of the important stuff from the animated movie in the remake. So odds are if you enjoyed the original, you'll enjoy the live action one too. The things that they added just helped fill in plot holes, and I actually didn't mind the changes they made. In fact, certain things they do help the story make more sense. But let's explore the remake to see what they did differently. I mean, it's Emma Watson, so win-win. She's a feminist and a nerd, so a perfect Belle. The movie is already obviously not scene for scene, considering it's over 2 hours long. In the animated movie, Belle's mother isn't even mentioned. Like, they never explain her absence. But it's actually a huge plot point in the remake. Belle has this keen interest in learning what happened to her mom, but her father says that he'll never tell her. I kept thinking it was going to be a really big plot twist, but spoiler alert, her mother died from the plague. The most drastically different scene in this movie from the original is when Belle and the Beast literally time travel through a book to figure out what happened to Belle's mom. That doesn't happen in the original. Also, you really feel for the furniture in this live action remake. During the animated one, I always cry when the Beast dies, but in this one, I cried when the furniture became lifeless. They had more relationships between them, they had more backstory, they showed more pain for not being human. And it's really the furniture that you feel bad for. In the beginning, they're kind of seen as the victims of the Beast's mistake, definitely more so than in the animated one. I will say though that LeFou freaking killed it. Josh Gad was great as him in this movie, and he was definitely the unsung hero of the story. LeFou senses that Gaston is going a bit too crazy and actually ends up switching sides near the end of the movie when Gaston betrays him. Gaston didn't deserve him. And LeFou danced with a man at the end of the movie, so go him. We love an openly gay Disney character. And for all of you that are upset or surprised by that, did you even watch the original Beauty and the Beast movie, because even in that one, LeFou writes and sings a whole song about how hot Gaston is. Another difference in the remake is that the Beast reads. In the animated movie, he actually has trouble reading and Belle helps him, but in this one, he is very well educated and loves reading. That's actually the whole reason him and Belle fall in love in the remake, is over their love for books. But it works. They also give more backstory for the Beast and reveal that his mother also died and that his father was a jerk. So it's answering some questions, but again, not really questions I needed the answers to. And also now I just want to know more about how his father was a jerk to him and where his father is now. And yeah, it's just opening up more doors. Most of the changes in this remake were really small and just kind of helped make the story that already existed make more sense. Like, Belle feels extra guilty in this movie because the reason her father got captured by the Beast is because he was trying to get a rose to take back to bring to her. Belle actually also tries to escape in this one, unlike in the animated one where she kind of just accepts her fate. In the animated one, the Beast is actually nicer to Belle sooner, but in the remake, the furniture actually are the ones who help her get a bedroom and just be more comfortable in the castle. So it was like the same dialogue and scenes, but instead of the Beast saying it, it was the furniture. Belle actually figures out about the curse in this movie, which makes more sense because I guess the animated Belle just saw a talking teacup and accepted it, whereas Emma Watson figured out that they used to be people. Like, why wouldn't you question a teapot talking to you? In the remake, Belle even tries to ask how she can help break the curse, and this is why she decides to stay, to help them. Maurice, who's Belle's father, tells Gaston that he will never let Gaston marry Belle, and Gaston responds by tying him up and leaving him to die in the forest. But the townspeople discover Maurice and call Gaston out, but of course Gaston turns the situation around and has Maurice thrown into the asylum, unless Maurice allows Gaston to marry Belle. So that's a little different. Also, when Belle runs back to the village, she's still in her big poofy yellow dress, which is just too funny. I guess the cartoon Belle had time to change. Belle is labeled as being put under the Beast's black magic and is also locked up with her dad, and her dad have a whole "I'm big enough to do things on my own without your protection, daddy" conversation. Also, when the villagers get to the castle, they actually start to recognize it. I guess since the castle and everyone who lived in it had been wiped away from their memories because of the curse. And it's revealed that one of the villagers is Mr. Potts. So that's cool. Gaston uses a gun in this movie to freaking shoot the Beast in the back. The freaking dick. And then during this entire movie, there's been this like crazy, weird looking lady always just in the background. And then in the final scene, when the last petal falls, she reveals herself as the Enchantress. So that's different. Like all the changes in this remake, not needed, but different. I will say that the added songs did have a lot of heart though. So all in all, the live action remake was true to the original story, and the stuff that they added filled in plot holes and explained a few things, but not things that I particularly cared about or thought needed explaining from just watching the animated movie. I also thought that the romance between Belle and the Beast wasn't as genuine in the remake. By the dancing, it felt more like they had become good friends. I don't know, the animated movie is just so beautiful and magical and perfect. Nothing besides LeFou was particularly memorable from this remake, and definitely not done better. So I guess if you want Beauty and the Beast, but longer with more of a focus on the furniture and more Emma Watson, watch the remake. But if you're in your feelings and you've given up on love, join me for the animated one and let's see if some real Disney magic can cure you. The remake is good, but why would you ever watch it over this beautiful masterpiece? And that's that. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe all down below. Let me know which one you like better. What do you love about the remake? What do you hate about the remake? You have to hear my thoughts. I would love to hear yours. Expect more of these live action versus animated videos in the future. But in the meantime, please check out all the other videos we have for you here on Nerd Culture. Bye!